everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Madison. I have around 200 to 300 plants. Just keeps growing, but today we're just going to be doing a chat and a repot. I have a bunch of plants, mostly Hoya, that need to be put into a pot and out of the prop box. I have some Anthurium that need to be repotted. Most are just ones I bought that either need to go in a clear pot or is desperate need for repotting. So that's what I'm going to be doing. Go check out my TikTok, Instagram, and Facebook to follow me and see shorter clips of this. But here we go. I have my coffee table in here to do this little setup. So I'm kind of going to be far back, but yeah, so let me just go ahead and show you the Hoya that I will be repotting. This is a Hoya UT38. Then this is a Hoya Black Cronia fungi. This is a Hoya Friends. This is a Hoya Viola. And this is a Hoya Rhenanalysis. So anyway, I'm gonna pot all of these up in Fluval Stratum and self-watering pots. I'm gonna be using some Fluval Stratum that I used to propagate because there's nothing wrong with it and you can reuse it. Okay, so these little pots right here, my friend Paige made these little self-watering pots, so I'm gonna be using those. These have some roots on them. They do have a little bit of moss left. So let's just gently pull off the moss. I just felt like I had too many props of Hoyas going on. And it's a good way to want to get rid of your plants and try not to sell them. If you're just kind of sick of trying to sell them, but really you just kind of need them gone, you can always donate to your local botanical garden. And it's a tax write-off. So, yeah. I decided to pot these up in Fluval because I have a lot in Fluval Stratum right now that are just doing great. So that is what has made me want to. And I have these little self-watering pots from Paige. Paige gives me a ton of Hoya. We do a lot of trades. So that's why I have a lot of Hoya. I've given her a bunch too, but she doesn't like big leaf ones. She only likes small ones. So that's the story with that. We did potted up this UT38. Next up, we have this little Fechii. I'm just going in and just potting them up. I kept a cutting of each of the props that I donated just to have it. I just didn't want the big plants anymore. So that's what's going on with that. I don't know if I should like zoom in on this or kind of sit back. I might just do both. So that's the Fechii. Next up, we have this Cronia Black. I don't know which way to pot it up. Okay. We'll save this big one for last. This is the Hoya Friends. It has a little bit of moss left on it, so let's just go ahead and knock that moss off. That's what the roots look like. Alright. I have these little self-watering pots that I recycle from other plants. I keep all my pots, y'all. I just keep recycling them over and over, but there we go. Let's go ahead and do this one. I decided to put this one in this pot because this one has no roots, but I can kind of stick it right up in there. kind of go in between. There we go. Kind of pack it down in there. I bought Pon, but I'm not a big Lechuza Pon user. I have some things that are in Pon, but they're definitely not my favorite. I prefer Fluval Stratum and tree fern. All my other Hoya are in tree fern if they're not in Fluval Stratum. But especially for my like little new ones like this, I definitely prefer Fluval Stratum. Okay, we're gonna save this one for last. Let's go ahead and do this fungi. It has some moss on it, so let's go ahead and just pull some of that moss off. It used to be, I bought this one, then I sold it, and then I bought it back. But they took it out of the substrate it was in and put it in a chunky aroid mix for Hoya, which I just don't think Hoya should go in chunky aroid mix. I think they grow best in either like tree fern or Fluval Stratum or Lechuza Pon. But definitely not a chunky aroid mix for Hoya. But I'm going to put this one in a big self-rotting pot like this. Because I want her to get big. Her leaves, some of her leaves when I first got her was like 5 or 6 inches long. Now they're just sad looking. And honestly, and it was also, they changed it. I had it in a big, so when I sold it, I had it in a big pot like this with tree fern, and it was way bigger. And then they took it out and put it in a terracotta pot and put it in chunky aroid mix. So I don't know. I guess I would say do whatever works for you, but that's definitely not going to work for this plant. Okay, so I forgot I had this little Lechuza Pon. And I'm gonna mix Fluval and Lechuza in with this one, just because it's a way bigger pot. So I'm just gonna kind of layer it. I started out with some Fluval, because I'm really just trying to use up what's in these little containers. There we go. Okay. So I'm just gonna clip this to the base. There we go. That looks so much better. Has a little leaf coming out. I did get some water. Where did I put it though? I can't. Where did it go? I'm gonna do it about halfway up on these. It's definitely enough. Okay, so make sure I did not get ready for this. I feel like it just keeps focusing on me. Okay, wow, look how pretty. That's the RedNote one, I don't know. And then this is the Coronia Black, very pretty. Here's the Fiji. Here's the UT38. Here is the fungi. I have pictures of this one in bloom. It's really beautiful. This is the Viola, little long one. Then this is the Friends. So I'm gonna clean up, and then we can just do a few Anthurium. Here's my amendments that I'm gonna be using. First off, my favorite one is tree fern. Love, love, love tree fern. I feel like my Anthuriums and my Hoya and a lot of my plants just do way better than tree fern. It is on the more expensive side, so I like to dilute it with my soil mixture, which this soil mixture is tree fern and soil and some other stuff. I recycle all my Fluval, my Lechuza and LECA, and I keep that to mix into the soil mixture. This medium grit sized perlite and orchid bark. So I'm going to be doing some with no drainage and some with drainage. There's just no rhyme or reason. I'm just doing it that way. So yeah, so I need to get my little the rest of this little baggie of tree fern. There's already some stuff in there. Perfect. I'm gonna do a scoop or 2 scoops of my soil mixture in there. And it already has perlite and stuff in it too, and some bark. And I'm gonna pour some of this Fluval and LECA mixture in here and just shake that up. I'm gonna grab my little mat, get this good and mixed in here. But we're first going to be repotting this Carla Blackier BVEP Red Crystal. It is in definite need of a repot. I picked this one to be like the perfect little size up. I mean, it's really in there. I think I'm going to have to break this out. There we go. Oh. Yeah, I literally had to break that out. Let me bring my camera a little more forward. Oh, my nose is itching. Okay. Need a better view of this. Here's what the roots are looking like on this thing. They're tight. I'll give it a gentle roll. Nothing more than that though. Our plant in where we want it to sit. Kind of roll it like that. And just fill it in. Make sure you have it sitting where you want it to sit before you finish. There we go. I'm gonna go ahead and fill it in with my fingers right here. I do need a stick and poke holes in it like this. Make sure we're kind of breaking up those roots just a little bit in there. Good to go. There we go. That's our first one. Next up, there's another one that's really tight in here, and it has really short petioles. So I need something that's a little higher up, but not like it. I think this one's perfect for it. But this is a Carla Blackier Bessie F. It's super pretty. See how it needs like to be up, like it doesn't need to be out. So I'm gonna pour some perlite in the bottom of this one. Like that. Then we're gonna put some soil in there. Then we can kind of break this out of the pot. I mean, it's really in there. There we go. We're gonna have to roll this out just a little bit. Give it a good little, I'm gonna move these roots around a little bit. Let's pour some of this soil back. There we go. We'll stuff all these roots down in there and go ahead and start putting the soil in there. There we go. This one's gonna be a little tricky. That's why we need our little stick to kind of make sure we're getting the soil all the way down in there. I hope me disrupting its root system isn't going to do too much damage, but it had to be done. It was way due for good potting. There we go. See how there's little pockets right there? We want to make sure that we're pushing this soil down in them. And that's why I opt out for like clear containers. And if you want, cover pots. But there we go. Let's give it another shimmy and then just one more little layer. There we go. That one was so easy. Really, really pretty. Dad, what are you doing? Is a really big one. It is extremely root bound. This blue velvet. These roots look like ramen noodles. It's crazy. They're coming out the bottom. We need to be really careful with this, getting them out without breaking any leaves. I think I really can just like, this pot is one of those like really soft ones. I'm not gonna break up the roots in this one at all. I'm just gonna roll this pot down off of there. It obviously likes to be root bound, but this is crazy. These roots are insane. That's all right. I think this will be a perfect upsize. So we're gonna start by making sure this doesn't fall off. Okay. Pour some of our, okay, that's fine. Pour some of our perlite at the bottom. Then adding some soil in. Like that. Next up, setting our, I can take some of this out. Like, I'm really trying not to disturb these roots at all. Okay. I think that should be good. Kind of set it up like that. This is massive. But it definitely needs to be repotted bad. I'm just kind of going in like this. Give it a good old shake. There we go. Perfect. Okay. Let's take our stick through, make sure we got that soil in there really good. Just like that. A good little shimmy. And she is officially repotted. And we will water her soon. Okay, like I was saying, I really don't want to repot this. I just want to put it in a clear pot so I can see its root system. So that's what we're gonna do. Try our best to not disturb it. I have the same size pot. I'm gonna put a little bit of perlite at the bottom. This is different than how I usually repot. I usually I'm gonna put some of this mixture at the bottom too. Do no drainage, but I'm trying to not. Let's see if we can just, yeah, that's exactly what I was looking for. Just like that. There we go. Perfect. I couldn't have gone any smoother. Just wanted to put it in a clear pot. There we go. Just came right on out. Just take our little stick and go through and make sure we're pocketing it a little bit. There we go. Give it a good old shake. And there we go. Just repotted our Soul Reaper. If you see a pocket like this on the side, just go through and push down with your stick and give it a good old pat. Okay, so I have one more exactly like this that I want to do the same thing with. The tag is important. Is this one, this BVET port right here. Just want to flip it out and do the same exact thing. Or try to not disturb it much at all. Okay, let's start out with some, I don't know why she's sitting behind me the whole time. Start out with some perlite at the bottom. Then we'll take some of our little Fluval and LECA mixture, put it right there. Let's see if we can do the same thing. Kind of grab it here. Just like that. Then we can just top it off a little bit with some soil. Yeah, that was easy. Just squish that back down. And we take our little stick. Just make sure we're filling up those little air pockets. There we go. This one has really long petioles too. It's kind of crazy how long they are. But, and this is the BVET port. So cool. So now we need to water, and I'll show y'all what I put in my water. I could be fine. I have a 2-gallon one, Don't know where it's at, so I think this is a half a gallon. So it's really important to know how many gallons you got, so you know exactly how much of your feed to put in. So if you want to do it right, make sure you let your silica sit at least 30 minutes before watering, but I'm not. And I'm just gonna do a capful. When I do a gallon, I do 2. When I do 2 gallons, I do 4. Just like that. I'm gonna put a little dropper of Market Botany prop drops in there. I'm obsessed with prop drops. I'm just gonna put 2 taps of the Great White in here. This stuff is a killer for roots. There we go. We're gonna go with Super Thrive today, if I can find it. Now it says 1/4 teaspoon per gallon, so like you do not need much of this at all in a half a gallon. I'm gonna do like 12 drops. Okay, I'm gonna go in with my bioinsecticide and just do a couple drops of that. I also like to add in the fungicide and disease control from Arbor as well. And we're only doing little amounts because this is only half a gallon. And I'm gonna try to make this half a gallon work for all the plants that we just did. Well, not the Hoya. And just a little bit of this fungicide. This prevents mite buildup, powdery mildew, blah blah blah. And this is just my cart with all my stuff in it. Okay, so we're gonna put this in. You can get these little sprayers from Home Depot. We're gonna just give it a good old shake and a pump. Okay, y'all, I finally got everything potted up. Okay, so this is the blue velvet that we repotted. Absolutely stunning. It's pushing out a new leaf. And she is chunky. So this is the Soul Reaper. Nice, and just put in a clear pot. I mean, it is a repot, but not technically, I guess. This is the BVEP port in the clear pot right there. This is the Carla Blackier Bessie Aff. I'll put it in this like vase because it has these petioles that just kind of droop down, so I thought it would be good for them. So it kind of raises them up a little bit. This one, the Carla Blackier BVEP Carla Blackier BVEP red crystal with blister variegation. So there we go. Anyway, thank y'all so much for watching my YouTube video. Hope you enjoyed this repotting. If you have any questions on any of the mixtures or anything, please leave a comment. I'm also going to put it down in the description. If you want to go check me out on TikTok, Instagram, and Facebook. I made a RedNote. There's Lemonade. I don't know. There's so many. But if you want to check me out on one of those platforms, feel free. It's all AroidFeverDream, and I can link that down below. If you enjoyed this video, please like, comment, and subscribe. Just means a lot to do that. And if you have any questions, again, feel free to leave them down below. And thank you so much for watching.